Hello everybody, hello, welcome to Workout Wednesday on from a very snowy South Wales in the UK. I think a lot of the UK's had bad weather today, so what better place to find yourself on a Wednesday evening than on Zwift. So yeah, thanks for joining everyone who's here. We've got just over a minute before we get cracking. We've got 47-minute session for you today. I'll go through all the details of what's involved in just a moment. And this is normally where I'd say make sure you've got a drink handy, which you should make sure you've got a drink handy. Make sure you get your fan on. But with the weather at the moment, for me, I've got the heating on. It's absolutely Baltic, so hopefully you all keeping warm as we sit in the pits, just getting ready to rock and roll. Whoa. So normally sat in the pits, I just sit here, barely do anything, because it's not really part of the session. But today I'm spinning the legs, trying to keep warm, because yeah, it's cold. So yeah, this is being streamed live on the Zwift Facebook page. So if you're viewing that feed there, feel free to ask any questions throughout the session. I'll do my best to answer them. I've got a feed coming up on my right, so I should see most of the questions that you guys fire away. So we are off. So guys, Matt Rowe here from Rowe & King. I'm coach at Rowe & King, and today I'm going to be leading this session. And by leading, I mean talking through, kind of narrating through the session as to what we're doing at each step, why we're doing it, and I'll offer some tips as we go through. So yeah, this first 8 minutes is just the warm-up. So nice and steady progressive warm-up. Some people may have been working all day, so you've come home from work, maybe you didn't get in long ago, straight on the turbo, your legs are going to be really stiff. So the first part of the warm-up, it's really important just to get on and just tickle those pedals. Literally just turn them over nice and steady. Don't worry about the power, just get those legs moving. So this is all about warming obviously warm-up is about getting our body ready to complete the session. So it's getting your heart and lungs warmed up, your legs full of blood, supplied with oxygen. But also it's about sending what we call those neurological pathways, those messages from your brain to your legs and the rest of your body to say, all right, wake up, we're gonna start some efforts, get ready. So that's what's happening now without realizing it. There's lots going on in your body. See, that blood flow is just being pumped around your body, supplying all your muscles with vital oxygen. But also those pathways from your brain to the rest of your whole body, basically saying, right, buckle up, we're going to get serious in a minute. So today's session is broken down into two 15-minute blocks, and each 15-minute block is made up of 15 minutes of 20 seconds effort, then 40 seconds kind of off zone top end of zone 2. So it's basically this session's called 20/40s, 20 seconds on, 40 seconds off for 15 minutes at a time. And this session is going to help build your aerobic base, just a general conditioning session. And even though you may think, God, when we're on, so in the 20 seconds on, we're really hitting a high power. So for me, it's hitting just over 500 watts. That's quite a significant power. But by the time you get up to speed and your legs start recruiting some fast twitch muscles and the lactic acid starts to build up, we're easing off again. So it's, each 15-minute block is, you have got 15 bursts of 20 seconds on, but then they're split up or dispersed with 40 seconds at a time of rest. So shouldn't be too demanding. And if you look at the demands over the whole session, you know, the demands on your muscles is fairly tough, because you are making 30 efforts throughout the whole session. But the demands on your overall system, so your heart, legs, or heart and lungs, sorry, is not that great. So if you take a note of your heart rate, if for those of you who've got a heart rate monitor on, you check what your heart rate will average throughout this session, and it'll be similar to that of a general road ride. So yeah, it won't be too high, because you've got those spikes followed by the rests. That kind of evens out the demand or the stress on your heart and lungs. Hello, Racing Mike. Racing Mike's just saying finally made it in time for one of these sessions. So I recognise your name there, Mike. You've joined us a few times, commenting, saying wish I was there type thing. Well, it's good to have you here tonight, Mike. Good on you. So guys, we should start to be feeling a little bit warmer now, even in the sub-zero temperatures outside. Obviously we're not riding outside. Yeah, you should start to feel like you're warming up now. Should be having to take some slightly deeper breaths, as especially if you're talking, as you just try and get as much oxygen into your lungs as possible. God, I said earlier about not putting the fan on. Already I'm warming up. I think I better put it back on. Yeah, I'm definitely going to put it on. So after this first 8 minutes, guys, you've got a minute easy, just to recover. So we warm up, 8 minutes, ramp warm up, minute easy, and then we get into a 15-minute block. 15-minute block, 6 minutes easy, and then we're back into another block, 15 minutes, then cool down. It's a fairly straightforward session. We got 6 stars on offer for those of you who are into collecting your stars. I actually jumped on Zwift this morning and done a race. Man, the standard is high in those races. Real high. Real high. I come off a bit demoralised, thinking I've got to up my game. And for those of you who race on Zwift, there's certainly a knack to it. So the 2 little bits of advice I would give from the limited bits that I've picked up so far, when the event starts, you've got to be riding, 4, 5, maybe even 600 watts, depending on what category you enter. You've really got to be putting out some watts as soon as the race starts, because again, everyone goes straight from the gun, and if you're not with them, they are gone. Just got a comment there from Mike about turning erg mode off, which is quite interesting. That's a very interesting one. I literally ride with erg mode on the whole session, but you know what? I'm going to go for it. This is a step into the unknown. So Mike, if this goes belly up, I know who advised me. Okay guys, so that is our 1 minute riding easy over already. So we are straight into the session now. So we've got 15-minute block, guys. 20 on, 40 off. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take the blame for this. Erg mode is not a goer for me. Sorry guys, I'm back. I'm back. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong there. My settings are probably wrong. But that didn't work for me. I mean, there's definitely benefits of erg mode. You know, it forces you to really hit the target power each time. But Mike is right here. She's saying when you've got short, sharp efforts, that constant change in resistance doesn't really get applied too well sometimes on some trainers. Anyway, so we are right into the midst of this session now. So that's two of the 15 efforts done. And hopefully you'll start to be getting a feel for what this effort feels like. So it's a constant on-off kind of surging type effort, which will feel pretty uncomfortable to most. As you know, most people that we coach at Rowe and King, when we kind of look back at what they've been doing previously training wise, the majority of riders go out and ride at pretty much the same intensity, being the top end of zone 2, bottom end of zone 3. They ride at that intensity 4, 5, 6 days a week, just for varying durations. And surprise, surprise, those riders then become very good at riding top end of zone 2, bottom end of zone 3, in that kind of steady state zone. But the only problem is that most people with the goal in cycling, that goal doesn't really very well align to riding top end of zone 2, bottom end of zone 3. It's always an explosive power element, or a speed element, or maybe a super endurance element to riders' goals, which is why quality is absolutely critical. Okay guys, 4th effort. Good job everyone, good job. And you should get into a bit of a routine here where you're able to just sit there, just absorb that effort and just produce that power. Again, earlier I spoke about these neurological pathways, signals from your head, your brain, to your legs, the rest of your body to kind of tell you, right, so my brain's now telling me, Matt, looks like we've got a few of these efforts to make. Prepare yourself, settle in, and it's making sure my legs have got enough oxygen and fuel to be able to complete these efforts. And often it's the first few efforts that are the hardest, and then they get a little bit easier. That's simply because we're getting used to that effort. Good job, everyone. Good job. So we've got I'm being heckled here by my good friend John Mould. He's saying 500 watts and still talking. Absolutely, not an issue. So Johnny's come out with a great tip there on your keyboard. If you want to toggle erg mode off, just press the up arrow on the keyboard. Brilliant. That would have saved me going on to into the menu options. Hi Jason. So Jason's asking which trainer I'm on. I'm on a Technogym My Cycling setup. And take a look at their website. It's pretty. It's a pretty good turbo. Certainly my weapon of choice. I would give you a bit more information about it, but I'm struggling to breathe. Another tip for you is make sure you get up on top of your cadence just before the effort starts. So, for me now, I'm being asked to produce 500 watts. If I start slightly later, now erg mode is going to apply 500 watt resistance to me while I'm stuck pedaling at 60 odd revs a minute. Nice and easy. And then it's going to be like I'm riding through sand. So just before the effort starts, a bit of a spike in it. Basically, just start your effort a split second. That's all you've got to do. A split second before you're required to on Zwift, just to avoid that huge resistance being applied. It's 4, 3, 2. So I'm going to go now. So I get my cadence up to 100, and I can just absorb that power then. Good job, everyone. And there's no prescribed cadence here. Complete these blocks and complete these efforts, or whatever cadence you feel most comfortable in. And because the efforts are so short, it's quite hard to prescribe certain cadences. Otherwise, you've got that resistance coming on and off all over the place. So 8 down, guys. 7 to go in this first block. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go now. Get that cadence up. Good job, everyone. And if you're finding this session a little bit tough, maybe you've had a hard session this morning or yesterday, or you've got a big session tomorrow, or simply you feel tired. We're not robots, we are only human. You can use the arrows on the left hand side to adjust the intensity of the effort. So you've got 2 little arrows either side of a percentage number. To make it harder, hit up, but to make it a little bit easier, hit down. And don't be the hero, no, use that if you need it. Okay? Good job, everyone. So Peter, great question there. Is everyone making the same effort, or is it unique to you and your FTP? And the answer is it's unique to you and your FTP. That's one of the great features of, or benefits of workout mode, is that we've got 100 riders here who have no doubt varying abilities, yet we're all able to complete the same session, working at, relatively speaking, the same intensity, and working the same, or developing the same attributes. So we're all developing our aerobic base. Good job, everyone. Thank you, Deco. I should put my fan on a sec. That's better. Oh, it's nice. Yeah, 500 watts is pretty tough. You can definitely feel it. But you know, because we're only hitting that high power for 20 seconds, then we get a rest. As soon as the lactic acid starts being produced, I'm pretty much coming off the gas at that moment. Oh, good job, everyone. So in the break, or in the 6 minutes easy, and I talked to you a little bit about the project that I've been working on with Zwift, a Zwift project, and essentially it's a podcast, a real cool podcast. So I'll tell you all about that in a minute, once I can talk properly. Okay, we're going to effort number 13 now. 3 more left in this first block. Good job, everyone. 2 more efforts this block. Good man, Peter. Hopefully see you next week. Same time every week, guys. 1945 Greenwich Mean Time every Wednesday. Workout Wednesday with Matt Rowe, Rowe and King. No, so weight. So Rolf, weight doesn't come into it. Not this session anyway. I'll explain now. So yeah, weight doesn't come into it, Larry. It's all about your power. So if you look on the right hand side, where everyone's names are, underneath you've got a little figure, power to weight. You'll see those numbers all over the place. But that doesn't matter at all. All that matters here is we're working in the right zone, or the right range of your FTP. So developing the right attributes, irrespective of what your weight is. And there's no fear of getting dropped in this session. So in workout mode, how it works is when you get to the front of the group, the Zwift just applies a huge headwind. Obviously it slows you right down. Hence why you get this kind of washing machine effect where it's constantly moving, kind of the order of the bunch and your position in the bunch. So for those techie guys, they basically ramp up your CDA when you hit the front. Okay guys, great first block. The Stuart's asking what the best trainer is. I mean, you ask different people, you get different answers, but for me, I studied the market and I found Technogyms, my cycling, to be the best trainer. And the one unique feature that I really make use of, both personally and for riders that we coach, is the pedal printing feature. Basically maps out your pedaling stroke, your left leg versus right leg, upstroke versus downstroke, so you can see where the dead spots are and just try and practice increasing the efficiency of your pedaling stroke. So for me, Technogyms My Cycling is what I use. Okay guys, so now we're in the rest period. 5 minutes to go. Great opportunity to take a drink. Oh. So I'm just going to hit down the amount of resistance applied to me for this session. I'm just struggling to get any words out. Hopefully I'll be able to talk to you a bit more now. Or maybe that cumulative training load is going to out-trump the reduced resistance that I've given myself. So yeah, the Zwift coaching podcast. Again, real exciting project that I've been working on with the guys at Zwift. So twice a month there's going to be a Zwift coaching podcast release. I chair, kind of coordinate the podcasts, and we've got a great panel of incredible coaches and experts in the cycling field that we're going to draw in every couple of weeks. So the first couple we've had Greg Henderson, who I'm sure many of you know of, Coach Hendy, who features on Zwift quite a lot, fountain of knowledge, you know, world being a World Tour pro for something like 15 years, I think. You know, he's now coach, so he's involved. We've got Kev Poulton of Powerhouse Cycling, who famously used Zwift with Matt Heyman to lead him to winning Paris-Roubaix, which is incredible. And we've also had Jordan Rapp from Zwift, who's a world class, I think, world champion Ironman athlete in his own right. He's come on, and Jordan now works for Zwift. So yeah, we've got some real credible individuals that we're gonna have on the podcast. So definitely worth subscribing on iTunes, or it's on a range of different platforms. I'm sure if you search online for Zwift Coaching Podcast, you'll find it somewhere. But if you can't find it, email me, contact@rowanking.com, and I'll signpost you to it. But yeah, definitely worth subscribe. I mean, we've had a lot of positive feedback so far. We've only had one be released so far, so yeah, plenty of great content going to be coming out soon. So that 6-minute recovery, as always, has probably been the quickest 6 minutes of the session. So you've got a minute and a half left, guys, then we get into block 2. So literally halfway now. Yeah, so just to touch base on why we're doing this session. You know, developing your aerobic base is absolutely critical. You know, it's all well and good just doing real high intensity efforts over and over, but unless you've got that underlying base, then yeah, your form will be short-lived. So this session basically stimulates your muscles fairly vigorously, whilst not being too demanding on your all-round system. So yeah, similar physiological demands to that of a kind of a long, steady road ride. So if you think like a 2.5 maybe hour club run, where you're in the wheels a bit, obviously uphill, downhill, freewheeling on the gas, and the that muscle strain isn't really on all the time. That's going to be, you know, you get similar physiological damage to your legs and kind of training benefit as this session. Obviously broken up. So block 2, about to go. Again, if you need to get out the saddle, stretch, feel absolutely free. Nothing worse than a bad back, undercarriage, whatever. You know, you do whatever you got to do to be comfortable. So guys, 15 minutes. Here we go. Let's kill it. Let's crush it. Cool, thank you, Lynn. Lynn's only got time for one block today. No problem, thanks for joining. Aha, Mr. Strong. See a good friend of mine in there, Robin Strong, Scottish flag, joining us, good to see. Good to see Andrew back. I thought you'd lost us then, Andrew. Good to see James here as well, James Lloyd, another good friend of mine, based in the city. Good to see you, James, good, glad you're here. Fresh back from Abu Dhabi, no doubt with a fantastic suntan. Okay, so again, I always feel that the first 2 or 3 efforts are the toughest per block, which is strange you may think, because that's when you're freshest. But again, I think it's just your body settling into that rhythm. Good job, everyone. Remember just to keep drinking. I do seem to be having a few power dropouts, which is strange. Hasn't happened before. And I put it down to the cold weather. Blame the snow, or blame the beast from the east. Good job, everyone. My idea of reducing the intensity so I could do a bit more talking hasn't really worked. I just reduced the intensity. That's about it. Nothing else happened. And this is a great session to really complete any month of the year. You know, whether you're starting out the season and you're unfit and you're trying to build your aerobic base, whether you start working on your strength, power, speed, you know, wherever you're at, this is just a general all-round conditioning ride. It's definitely got its place in all phases of a well-structured training plan for all riders, really, literally all riders. Good job, guys. That is reduced, believe it or not. Although the legs are telling me differently. 6 down. 6 down. Really important, guys, to make every effort count. So just because we're in the middle of the second block, don't let your concentration go at all. You know, stick with it and make every effort of equal quality. So when we finish, we can look back having completed So we can look back having completed 30 20-second efforts. Keep drinking, guys. Now this is gonna, over the course of the session, you'd have completed 10 minutes at 150% of your FTP. So if you've strung all the efforts together, all 20 seconds, then the workload is going to be 10 minutes worth, well over your FTP. So again, this will also help, boost your threshold and just your all-round aerobic base. Got caught out there. Awesome, everyone, good job. Six more, guys, 6 more. Don't let your head drop now, guys. There's over 100 of us here, all in it together. Let's complete this as a team. Good job, well done. Stick with it. This way I'll start to hurt now. 25 efforts done, 5 to go. Well in the home straight now. Definitely on our way home. Awesome. 4 more guys, 4 more. This is where the going gets tough, but the tough get going. Stick with it. Like a well-oiled machine, guys. Like an efficient machine. We're just going to absorb these last efforts now. Just sit there, just take that effort. Just churn those watts out, guys. Don't think about it, just get it done. Whoop. Three more. Stay composed, guys. Great message. Stay composed. Just turn that power on like a light switch. Boom. That's it, guys. On the power. It's good. Hold it there, 10 seconds. Awesome. Well done, guys, 2 more. You know, the muscle tension in this session, your muscles are basically straining for 15 minutes at a time. That's a huge demand on your muscles. You're stripping a lot of glycogen out of them. That's it, Peter. That sneaky 90%. Just notched it down on the fly. Awesome, guys. 1 more effort to go. 1 more. The last one, guys, make it a good one. Still body, good leg speed. You sit there, just soak it up. Last one, guys, 20 seconds. Good job, everyone. Brilliant. And that, boys and girls, is 30 efforts complete. Right on. Oh. Good job, everyone. Fantastic. And if you look at what we've achieved there in 45 minutes, that's a huge training benefit. Absolutely huge. Comparing to what you could kind of complete out on the road, you know, that's hugely time efficient. And you just couldn't come close to that unless you're really training smartly, specific zones, really targeted to developing a certain attribute. So, Michael, more than welcome. Thank you for joining. Oh, absolutely. So, guys, cool down time now. Again, cool down is a very important part of the session. Starts that recovery process. Yeah, it's not when we are breaking down the muscles that we get stronger. It's when they build back up and we need a chance to recover. So this is all about just shaking the toxins out of your legs now, getting rid of that lactic acid. Cheers, Dan. Dan Fox, brother from another mother. You know, it's all about shaking those toxins, you know, rehydrating, so make sure you're drinking. And replacing those the glycogen or the carbohydrates that you've lost, so replenishing those stores, and then getting some protein digested as well, as that's what kind of makes your muscles, it helps to repair your muscles. So your glycogen goes in to replenish, basically give them some energy, fuel, and the protein then is used to repair those damaged muscle fibers, so you can become a stronger athlete. Well done, Ian. Ian saying he wasn't sure he'd finish that. Well, good job, Ian, you did. And again, so much of cycling is a mental game. You know, really tough mental session. You know, what's stopping you from halfway through that session thinking, that'll do, I'll get off now. It's so easy to do, but again, be mentally strong. That's where, you know, Zwift helps, that we're all in that community together. So there's over 100 of us here now. We all start that session together and we all finish together. You know, it definitely is that element of camaraderie, you know, spurring each other on. And if you are struggling in a session, you know, be vocal about it. Speak up, say, struggling today, guys, and hopefully, you know, we can all motivate those who are having a bad day. Or you can use the hours on the left hand side to make the session slightly easier. Ian, no problem. Thanks for joining. Andrew Rugby, no problem, my man. Peter, thanks, mate. Right on. Great to have you here. And again, same time next week, guys. 19:45 every Wednesday. Workout Wednesday. And also keep an eye out for our coaching podcasts. Zwift coaching podcast. It's an official Zwift feature. I have actually a couple of events, workouts that you can complete whilst listening to the podcast. So I think the podcast is built into the game, which is pretty cool as well. Right, guys, last minute. Last minute. So in a minute I'm getting off. In 2 minutes I'll have my cycling shoes off. I'll be making a protein shake. In 3 minutes I would have drunk that protein shake. 4 minutes time I'll be in the shower. And then, I don't know, 10 minutes from now or something, I'll be on the sofa, recovering, spaced out. Thanks, guys. A couple more of you are saying it's genuine, a great session, thanks for doing it, blah blah. So yeah, much appreciated. And that's the whole reason we do it, guys, for you guys out there to enjoy, learn, and just enjoy it, really. So once again, guys, Matt Rowe from Rowe & King, right on. Thanks for coming.